What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I really appreciate it. It's been a while since I did a video on picking up DVDs and stuff like that. Not really good this time. Not really good this time at all. I have to say I'm a little bit down on the Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? Every time I go in there, it's just the same stuff, and I've seen people do videos talking about how it's just the same stuff. It's stuff that's been there for months. Stuff that's probably been there from last year. To be honest with you, I don't know. It's just not been really good. Now, I haven't been out lately. I think I was out about a week or so ago, and it was still the same stuff. I just didn't have the passion to go on, you know what I mean? Because I was known that I was going to probably come back and find the same old stuff. You know what I mean? But I did pick up a couple that I did add that I wanted to add to the DVD collection. It's not going to be horror. You know what I mean? Because the horror ones that they do have there, everybody already has. You know what I mean? So hopefully that's going to pick up. You know what I mean? October is right around the corner. I hope we're not going to be disappointed. In some states and places, they might already have the newer movies out than where I have it, where I live. So, and also, the place I work at, they were literally throwing these DVDs in the garbage. They were actually in the trash, and in a box it said trash on it, because I work for a school, you know what I mean? And I asked her, I said, "You're throwing those DVDs away?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm cleaning up because this is my room now, and whoever had this room left this stuff here." So I'm going to show you the movies that she actually threw in the trash, and I had to save them because regardless of what they are, you shouldn't throw them in the trash. I mean, that's just ridiculous to throw DVDs in the trash, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? And the other batch I'm going to show you is actually what I picked up from the thrift store, and a couple, like I said, from the Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? So let's get started. Now, these are not... Some of these movies you guys might like and might not like. They're more based for kids, but I had to save them. They're from where I work, and she, like I said, she was throwing them out. So let's get into it. Now, the first one that was actually in the box marked trash, and these are all of them, is the Little Cars 2. This was actually in the trash. Little Cars 2. The DVD in there and everything. Nothing wrong with it. Doesn't even look like it was played or nothing. But yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I was like, I said no. I have to grab them. She's like, take them. So it is the Little Cars 2. So it might be a fun, little DVD to watch. You have your grandchildren over, you have kids over, or something like that, man. You know what I mean? So I saved it. You know what I mean? So that's cool. It's Little Cars 2. Let's see, the next one here, let me move my phone out of the way. The next one here is, again, it's this is called the Collectibles Classic Hercules. So there was a Hercules animated cartoon game, that was in there. I checked all of them to make sure everything was in there. Like these discs don't even look like they were even played. It's crazy. I guess they were sitting in there, and they just didn't get around to really showing them, or they might have showed them once to the kids or whatever. But yeah, in the garbage, So that's Hercules. This one was actually in there too, which is probably it's a deluxe collection, which is Dr. Seuss's Horton, Fears of Who, and I believe it's I can't remember if it's a Dr. Seuss, but I can't remember this one. I know it's in book form too, but that also, this is something you keep. You know what I mean? It might not be like your cup of tea, but we grew up on this stuff. You know what I mean? As kids, you would read these books, or they were read to you by your mother, or in school, or whoever, your grandma, whatever, or you read it. It said includes 3 more adventures. So yeah, I got that one and saved that one. The next one here is actually a Walt Disney movie The Little Mermaids. I found that also. That was in the trash. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, I was blown away. I mean, I'm like, holy crap, man! Don't throw stuff away like this. It's crazy. The movie's in there. It's, everything. Nuts, man. So that's, yeah, the little Walt Disney Presents Little Mermaid. That was in there. So had to save that. Alvin and the Chipmunks, a Chipmunks Christmas. This is something that you watch during a holiday. You know what I mean? With your family. You get in that Christmas spirit. A lot of people watch Christmas movies. The old school animated ones from a long, long time ago. So it's the Chipmunks, a Chipmunks Christmas. That was in there. So I got that one from there. And I think it's actually the older one. It might be an older one, Not even a newer version of, like, if they did another Christmas one. So I grabbed that from there. The next one here is, I don't even think I've ever seen this movie. It's a Looney Tunes Back in Action, the movie. I don't think I've ever seen this. If you guys seen this, let me know. Steve Martin is actually in this movie. It says Steve Martin. So, this probably flew under my radar, but this is another one I got. That they were throwing out. Now this is probably a good, funny, comical, like kids movie. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's crazy, and it has the old tab where you open it like that, and has everything in there. So save that one. This one was brand spanking new. This is something I grew up with, and to me, this is a gem. This is a gem. This is something, if you get it, you should keep it in your DVD collection. It is Hanna-Barbera's Golden Collection. The Huckleberry Hound Show, Volume 1, man. It's brand spanking new. I opened it up, and it was never watched. And so, a lot of you cats out there that, like older animated cartoons or grew up with, this was definitely one of them. This is definitely a gem. And I was like, wow, man, this is crazy, And it has, like, all kind of episodes of him on there. You know what I mean? We grew up with this. Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo, different cartoons like that. I think the Hair Bear Bunch, Josie and the Pussycats. I can't think of any more right now, but off the top of my head. But yeah, Hanna-Barbera is like an icon when it came to animation and kids' movies. So yeah, man, I'm glad to actually have this and make sure it didn't make it to the trash, So yeah, that's Huckleberry Hound, the Show, Volume 1. And the next one here, I think I've heard of it, and a lot of kids probably liked it. You guys probably, I've never seen it, never watched it. It's called Sing. I don't know if it's like just a singing movie. It's just called Sing with a little pig on the front of it. So I saved that also, Sing. So yeah, that's the last one. But like I said, all these DVDs were marked trash in a box, and I had to scarf them up because I just couldn't believe that they were throwing that away. It was nuts. You know what I mean? So now let's get into what I found at the Dollar Tree. Like I said, not much. Now there is one horror movie I did find, and I went through my archives downstairs to make sure I didn't have it, and I don't have it. And I don't know how good it is, you know what I mean? But it's American Zombieland. I double checked to make sure I didn't have it because I thought I did and I don't. But it's American Zombieland. Now that's one I didn't have. So I picked it up at the $1.25 store, and I was like, yeah, I might as well add it. It was one that I found. You know what I mean? Looks like would be kind of scary. If you guys have seen it, let me know. It looks kind of cheesy. You see the scary pictures down the bottom. It makes you want to buy the movie, but does it automatically mean it might be great? Lights, camera, run. So yeah. So we're gonna check out American Zombieland. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see how that is. But that's the only scary movie I picked up there. I did pick up one actually. I forgot to say. From Half Price Books. I was actually glad to have this because it's actually in a slipcover. Now, the Snoop Dogg made a movie called Jimmy Bones, and it was a horror flick. It was actually pretty good. Now, this one has Snoop Dogg in it, Danny Trejo, Ernie Hudson, Billy D. Williams, and a couple, and there's like appearances from other people in this. This is called Snoop Dogg Hood of Horrors. I think I remember seeing this on HBO or something or some TV, but I completely forgot about it. What was really cool is it was so cheap. I think it was only like $4. So that is, I think this came out after he made Jimmy Bones, and I guess he kind of liked that. So I guess he tried to make his own horror movie. But yeah, this is really cool, man. I got it for a whopping, I believe, $4. You know what I mean? So I picked this up from Half Price Books. It has a little pop out, you know, the writing and stuff. It's a pretty cool slip cover, you know, as you see all the actors and actresses that are in the movie. So it is another horror. But what's really cool about this is when you open it up, right? The DVD has a little artwork on it, but it also came with a little comic book. So this is complete. It came with a little comic book, which is really cool. You know what I mean? And that's cool to actually get. And actually, it's pretty thick. So let's take this a quick look. Just a quick look, you know, like a little comic book in there. I guess it's talking about all the characters, you know, different things like that. You know, it's not actually a comic book. I think it's like all the characters that are in the movie. You know what I mean? And it gives a description about it, about the cast, and different things like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like it, you know, you see like the characters that are playing in the, you know, in the movie, Snoop Dogg, whoever's right there. You know what I mean? Like all the characters that are in it, Danny Trejo, you know, all the characters that are in the movie. So yeah, it's pretty cool to actually have this, but it has a little comic book artwork cover, you know, which is really cool. So I'm glad to have it for $4. You can't beat that. So that's pretty awesome. But I think that's all the horror I actually got, you know. But the next one here is actually an old school TV show that actually still runs. And my friend said, you should pick it up. Just pick it up, man. Just pick it up, because you never know if you know, I don't think this will ever stop running. It was an old Western that was really good. This is Bonanza. Welcome to, I think it's season 1, maybe? It says DVD plus digital, which is kind of cool. You know, but a lot of people, you know, parents grew up on Bonanza, and it's not bad. It's not a bad show to actually watch, and you know, and it was, you know, Michael Landon was in this. You know, the great Michael Landon was in this. You know what I mean? But Bonanza is an old classic retro Western show, and it's, you gotta pay homage to, you know, the old actors and actresses that was in these classic Westerns. So he's like, just pick it up, man. It's $1.25. Just pick it up. So I picked it up. You know, I'm adding it in my collection. You know, so I might, you know, open it up and watch it someday. But it has all these episodes that are on here. You know what I mean? But that is Bonanza. That's another one that was from the $1.25 store. Now this one is actually from my thrift store. I don't have this in my collection. This was a great movie when I was a kid. It is MGM, and it is Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School. This was a funny movie. Rodney Dangerfield was so funny back in the day, man. You know, he was very popular in the 80s and stuff like that, Rodney Dangerfield. So I picked that one up, man. You know, that's pretty awesome. Rodney Dangerfield, Back to School. So I picked that one up. It's very funny. If you don't own a Rodney Dangerfield movie, do yourself a favor and try to find some of his movies. You know what I mean? But it was so funny, dude. He's a funny guy back then. You know, the comedy back then to me was better than this comedy today. I don't know what they're talking about today, but this was really good movie. It was Rodney Dangerfield, Back to School, man. Now this one here is actually not open. This one here is actually not open. They had it at Ollie's. Ollie's for 49 cents. And I found this in my thrift store. 49 cents. It is the decade you were born. It's the 80s. It says over 4 hours of the most something on there. I can't see it. It was the growth, I guess, of the 80s. Now, I grew up in the 80s. This is worth watching. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. Probably has a lot of stuff that happened back in the 80s. You know, movies and stuff like that. tragedies, things that have happened. So it's good to actually own these kind of like documentaries. You know what I mean? But as you can see on the sticker from Ollie's, it was 49 cents. You know what I mean? At there, nobody was buying it. But this is the decade you were born, the 80s. So yeah, I wanted to get it because I was born in the 80s, and this brings back a lot of nostalgia. You know, like the shows that used to come on, Knight Rider, The A-Team. You know, different shows like that. You know, the Greatest American Hero. People probably never really heard of that show. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So this is like this is really cool to own if you want to actually see, if you weren't born then and you want to know about the 80s. Maybe pick this up at Ollie's for 49 cents if they still have it. You know, so yeah, that's the decade you were born in the 80s. Not even open, so cool. And I think you can actually watch this on Tubin or one of them. You don't even have to buy it. So if you don't want to go and buy it, I think you can watch it on there. You know what I mean? So now these next ones are dramas from the 90s, kind of like gang movies. This was really good movie, guys, if you never watched it before. This was from like the late or middle 90s, I believe. This is called South Central. And this was really good back in the day. I can't remember the exact movie. I guess the dude's father is in jail, or he gets in trouble, the kid. I can't really remember. But I watched all these movies back in the mid-90s and early 90s about gang wars and violence and stuff with gangs and stuff like that. You know, because that was the era of gangs, really. It was like the early 90s, the Crips and Bloods or whatever. You know, that was just a thing back then, you know. And South Central was one of those ones that were, I think, on HBO. It was a good, like, drama movie. Very good if you want to watch something like this, man. So I picked it up. Some good actors and actresses are in this movie. Like, I guess the guy's teaching the guy, you know, he wants to be a gang member and he's trying to stop him or whatever from getting killed and things like that. So it's a really good one. South Central. Now this one, I think Miranda, is it, if I'm correct, Miranda loves this movie. Is it Miranda? I picked it up because it was at my thrift store. It is the Love of Basketball. I think it's Miranda. I think it's Miranda that likes this movie. The Love of Basketball. Miranda, if you see this video, let me know in the comment sections below if this is the movie you really, really like. I don't think it's Katie. I think it's Miranda. So I picked this up for a whopping $1 or something at my local thrift store. You know, now I did see this movie. Don't get it twisted. I did see this movie on TV, and it was really good. It has Omar Epps in it. It's the old school fashion, DVD that it comes in with the cardboard, you know, giving it a description. You know, so it is probably the first version that came out. You know what I mean? But I did pick up The Love of Basketball by New Line Cinemas. You know, it is really good. It has two great actors and actresses in it, Omar Epps and, Jada Pinkett. Is that Jada Pinkett? I might be getting her wrong, man. Kind of looks like her. But yeah, Miranda, let me know. I can't remember. I seen these so long ago. But it was a really good movie. It's a really good movie. Now, the last one I got here, I never heard of it. It has some really good actors and actresses in it. I think it's a romance movie. Holly Berry, Vivica A. Fox, and Lorenz Tate. Lorenz Tate is a good actor. He was in a movie called Dead Presidents. If you've never seen the movie Dead Presidents, you need to check out that movie. That was a great movie. And also, Chris Tucker was in that movie, amongst other actors. It was a really good movie. I don't want to tell you about the movie because it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? But it is a great drama movie called Dead Presidents. If you've never seen it, check it out. Now, this one is called Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I've never seen this. I've never seen this. I guess it's just a romance movie. But it's back in that era, back in like I guess this is from the 90s or early 2000s. I'm not sure. But I wanted to pick it up because these are great actors, actresses, and actors. You know what I mean? So I wanted to pick it up and check it out. So, you know, and I like all kind of movies. I rather prefer horror movies. Horror movies is my all-time favorite. I'm sorry that I didn't have much to show on horror. I'm working on trying to get more horror right now. But is, it's still going to be called Tony's House of Horror, but anything I pick up, I'm just going to show. You know what I mean? So this October, though, I'm going to do my damn best to pick up way more horror and gore movies, man. And I'll be back with another video soon. I know it's been a little bit, want to say hi to Katie. She recently, one of her cats passed away. Very sorry to hear that, Katie. I know you love your cats. I love your cats when they're in the actual filming of what you pick up, which is really awesome. Sometimes they knock the camera down, but see, you gotta understand, it's different. You know what I mean? I know some people might get mad at it, but it's different. Katie's different. It's different. The cats are like part of her channel. They're part of her. So they're going to be in the video, which is really cool, that they're in the, it's cute, it's funny, I really like that. So, shouts out to Miranda and everybody, out there, Cheetah, everybody that supports me, I really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe if you like my channel. I'm going to try to bring and do more content on here. Please give this video a thumbs up and maybe share the video with people you may know that might like some of the movies I found. I really appreciate it, and I hope everybody's finding great stuff out there. This weekend I got to catch up on all my videos and the people out in the DVD Blu-ray community, man, seeing what they picked up, because I'm working so much now. It's really hard to check out everybody's videos, but when I do, believe me, I will comment. Tony will comment, you know what I mean, on your videos. And I will also subscribe to your channels. If you subscribe to me, I'll definitely give you a subscribe back to help your channel out, because that's what it's all about on YouTube, man. And then DVD and Blu-ray family and community. So, guys, have a great weekend. I hope you find some great stuff. Now, I might go to the Goodwill or the flea market this weekend, so maybe I'll find some stuff. It's hard sometimes because a lot of it is, everybody that sells DVDs and Blu-rays, it's always the same shit all the time. Sometimes you'll find different ones, but each vendor has the same movie sometimes, so it's kind of hard to really find those great horror movies or classic movies in general, or movies you might have never heard of or flew under your radar or forgot about. So, but guys, happy hunting on your Blu-rays, DVDs, and 4K movie collection, man. Like I said, I have a collection of them, but I want to try to invest more into buying more 4Ks, movies. You know what I mean? So sometimes some of them are so expensive, it's just not worth me going and picking them up right now. Like, I don't want to pay, in my opinion, I don't want to pay like $40 or $50. I'm not going to do it. The most I'll pay will probably be $15, $20. It has to be something that I really want, though. You know what I mean? So that's when I'll pick up those 4Ks. But guys, take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. And hey, happy hunting, guys, and I'll be doing another video soon. Bye, guys.